All right, so welcome back, or welcome to your new happy place. I wanted to pick up at this point where I left off last, which was basically the stage where you're recognizing that you're in this golden egg full of gooey, ooey womb goodness that you can essentially use to nourish any um, potential that you desire. Uh, so basically, at this point, I say basically a lot. I'm working on that. At this point, I'd like to look at um, knowing the ramifications of a choice as a person, um, and knowing how important it is as a self to responsibly make choices that send you in the general direction that you want to end up in, um, like on purpose, right? So I know that's a big way of saying, basically, now that we know that we have the world in our hands, how do we harness all that potential in the best, healthiest way in any decision making scenario, right? So, how do we fine tune our decision making process with Spirit's help? Um, hey, folks, this is the way to do it. All right. So, let's begin on that. Um, all right. I mean, I'm excited, right? Happy Easter. Um, I'm really excited actually to look at this because it feels like, again, I've said diving board the last few videos, but diving board is the image that I am getting sort of in intervals. So at this point, we are last jump, about to dive, and calculating those final last bits of aerodynamic qualities and testing the wind and our energy level and who's watching us, who's not, our emotional gauge on the moment we're in, all of those last moments sort of nervous butterfly. Cool that that word just came up. Butterflies in your stomach, because you know that this is the precipice. Your whole life is going to be different after you make this choice. Which essentially every choice really has the potential to be. So we should honor them all like that. There is nothing in a caterpillar that tells you it's going to become a butterfly either. So now at this point, we're aware that we're about to become a butterfly. Yeah. So where do we start, Spin? Where do we start in the focusing? I like the help us here. I like the air aspect. I like the air aspect. I think we'll start here. I think we'll start here. And see, really sort of some advice on how to, thank you, that was fast, masculine and feminine, nourish and flourish, masculine and feminine. All right. The balance of all things. It's like that in the heart of my spiral. Nourish and flourish on bottom. Okay. Masculine, feminine. Well, it's just that to go on. The inner and the outer, making sure they're aligned. The absolute balance right there. And if you make a perfect dive, basically that means you have all of your elements in balance, right? You're most definitely ready for that particular decision. All right, Spirit, give us some advice. Oops. Oops. Thank you. Haha, Spirit Owl's back. Spirit Owl. Oh, Spirit Owl. Number 20, Spirit Owl of 852 hertz. I just read him the other day. Wonderful. We're glad you're back. Wisdom, baby. Wisdom, baby. Nice. Ivory wish fulfilling crow. That's where we were when we realized we were in that gooey, ooey potential egg yolk scenario. What a wonderful place to start from in a reading. I love it. Wonderful place to start from. All right. So we've got the balance. We're in the middle. Got things sorted out. We got our yin balanced out with our yang. Got our pendulum in motion. Got some momentum going in a direction. All right. Wisdom comes through to help us focus, because really the advice that I'm looking for here is once we're in that particular stage of making the decision, right, or the choice, whatever you want to call it. I know there's a difference between decisions and choice. I think a choice is a moment. A decision is something you deliberate on. Maybe it's a series of choices all in one decision. I digress. So, in essence, I'm asking Spirit to help us focus in the most potent, powerful, for the highest good, absolute evolution of all that ever could be. I'm asking for our sakes of really, surpassing our personal best, our anticipated personal best anyway. I mean, nobody knew that they could run so fast until somebody broke that record and did it. And then, now that's like regular every day, So yeah, right now we're asking Spirit advice on how to, once we know we have momentum, we are the ball, right? How do we make sure that if we're bowling, for instance, the ball is our intention. How do we maintain those guardrails up because they're for us? How do we maintain those and make sure that our decision or our choices, what have you, stays aligned and that we can easily moderate that and nourish it throughout its lifespan, whatever that choice is, right? I hope I'm not just going on because it is sincerely easy to do. That's funny because sometimes it feels brilliant and then sometimes like, wait, did I just say like the same thing in 3 different ways, right? The curse is something we need to work on. All right. The mystical shaman is a situation. So this is the self, this is the situation, and the opportunity. Magic. Nice. All right. The curse. Upside down. Now, this is something that you once believed was true, right? A limited belief. A curse is a limited belief. Curse breaker, right? New decision, new wow, new pattern, new spiral, new trajectory, new timeline, however you want to word it. The concept is the same. You change your choice, you change your entire future trajectory. That's wonderful. Definitely aware of the implications of your energy invested in the moment you're in. Mystical shaman is the situation. I mean, this is all things in balance. Listening to your inner wisdom, listening to the unseen, listening to all of those desires that you have that you can't really explain to anybody else, but it just comes natural to you and you are really good at it, and you don't need to explain yourself to anybody. But you know, the unseen is unseen, by most for a reason. And it's, even things that everybody can see, is still hard to find words to convey properly to describe it. Three people will tell you completely differently what a 6-inch by 6-inch white box with a white lid looks like. If put up to it. So, everything is personal, to such a beautiful degree that you do have the world in your hands. You do have the world in your hands. The universal paradox. You are absolutely free to choose any choice in this universe. You're absolutely free to choose anything in this universe. You're, however, not free of the consequences of that choice. So, knowing that you don't want the existing consequences of the choices up until now, healthy point of focus there. That's a very good guardrail to have, right? Super good guardrail. Let me bring you down here. I'm going to put these up here. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, the curse as the self, breaking curses, aware of the past that's gone. The old self is gone. I mean, not to sound drastic, but the old way of being, the old limited version of what is possible for you, us, self, is no more. Now we can open up to all of what was limited before, whether we personally limited ourselves, carried around somebody else's limits, or, what have you. And the opportunity is magic, to see magic everywhere. Everywhere. Okay. This is that point where we focus our focus power. Is it focus pocus? Focus pocus. All right. I like it. I like that. Ha. Vision Quest on the bottom. Vision Quest on the bottom. All right. So you know what you don't want. You know what you've imagined. You're going to see what's possible, or you have the potential to see what's possible if you believe it's possible. Interesting. And as soon as you have that focus, that true focus, that decision made, you see the feminine become the masculine, the invisible become visible, look, there it is, abracadabra, which is magical. And it's not so much magical as in like, oh wow, that never happens, because it does happen. It happens all the time. I wish I could show more people, or that we were more open about that, because the universe is interacting with us all day long, all day long. But yeah, so the expression, the invisible becoming visible, is all right. Pull a card, Casey. Oh, beauty at the bottom. In the eye of the beholder. In the eye of the beholder. All right. Faith. Faith. Which is exactly what you need. That's all you need. Going into your decision, knowing where your guardrails are, knowing what your potential, your absolute most wonderfulest dream you ever had potential is, and then the opportunity to actually make it real. Walking by faith, not by sight. That's beautiful. That is beautiful, right? Beautiful. All right. Let's get a blessing for this reading, Spirit. Just one. Thank you. What do we have here? Oh, this way. All right, let me show you. It's a pretty little card. And it says, perfume and incense bring joy to the heart, and the pleasantness of a friend springs from their heartfelt advice. Well, that's beautiful. Heartfelt advice, which is exactly what this is. It is kind of the unmanifest becoming manifest, right? That choice becoming real. And if you notice, this Faith, she is looking as if there's going to be some manifestation here soon, right? Full moon. And that is a worm moon, which I'm not sure which one that is, but amazing. All right. So we have that. Pleasantness of a friend springs from their heartfelt advice. Okay. Heartfelt advice. That was our blessing. All right. Tara. Oh, no. Let's, woo! Haha, sorry about that. Pardon me. Funny story. I have this beautiful hourglass. Get it together, kids. This beautiful hourglass that I had all intentions of using several times. And, pardon me. I gotta get it together. Okay, yeah. That I haven't. I love the sound of that. Haven't taken advantage of. And my birdie's tail broke off the other day. Let me put this right. We're gonna go with that and put her back over here. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna try to get into the habit of using my hourglass because I absolutely love it. But I guess it's the repetition of the new routine. This is a brand new choose your own adventure for me as well. Um, I don't know if anybody here has seen any other of my videos, but I'm brand new at this, and this is a total leap for me. So I'm sort of every video so far. I think there's 7 or 8 that I've made, and each one of them has something slightly different to the background, the lighting. Even I've noticed the comfortability factor, of my voice, and I know I've noticed this, with other readers because I certainly have been a fan of tarot on YouTube, and I love the way that it's, digital magic is real, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of all good things working together for good. So anyway, I'm just I'm fascinated. Not really sure where I was going with that, but I'm fascinated. All right. I'm not sure if I did this already, but we'll do. I got to talking and I lost my train of thought. It was about the hourglass. All right. The self. Let's expand on that curse in reverse that runs. Anima Mundi. Yep. Taking control of your own life force. Your own life force. Faith. It is being born again. I know I keep saying that, and I don't mean born again like in a Christian sense. I mean, this woman is pregnant. The term here is faith. We're talking about birthing a new decision, which is manifestation, which is instant manifestation, if you're good at it. So basically, a clear intention, that's coming kind of right away, depending on what it is and how easy it is for the universe to work it out for you. Yeah. Okay. So, Anima Mundi as the curse breaking self, generational curse breaking sovereign warrior god or goddess, all animated and aware of it, making decisions. All right. Ready to focus. Where are we going? The shaman. How about that? The situation is the shaman. Now, if that is not fantastical, now I'm just the opportunity. What goes with magic, spirit? The Father, the manifestation, the outward expression of the life force. Wow. So the decision, making it real. Okay, but we were asking about focusing, right? How to best focus. So faith. Don't let limiting beliefs, okay? Limiting beliefs, knowing that you have the power. Shaman mode. Best way to focus. That way you can, if you know anything about, you've seen Vision Quest was on the bottom, but imagination is the human being's vehicle to the future. And the shaman is very adept at that. And it's a very, very complicated idea to describe. Surfing through your own experiential imagination, you can answer so many of your own up until then not understood connections or let me just say that if you go backward in your experiential journey, do only go back in order to connect dots. I call it a gold mine. Go back in your gold mine. If you know where the nugget is, retrieve it, shine it up by adding different perspectives to it, right? Multifaceted means shiny. And then you have that nugget with you forever. It doesn't hurt anymore. You know, it's not dirty. It's clear. It's something you're proud of. You can expose it to others. It's not a shadow anymore. It's not in that dark place on the inside, all covered in coal, not thinking it's good enough. It's been retrieved by you because you know there's always a reason for every experience you've had. So there's got to be a gem in there, right? There's got to be a nugget of goodness. There's got to be something there that I was, that I can, if I choose to, look at from as many different ways as, the spirit will make you aware of are possible. I mean, there's a whole lot of wisdom that can come from one experience, if given the opportunity. So, there's that. Here we are in that beautiful place of the shaman, with the opportunity of magic with the father, and the father being basically the manifestation, the masculine, the anima mundi. I'm not sure. That is the feminine life force? I'd have to look, but it seems right now, focus pocus. Um, and really, if you do it the true shaman way, as you're feeling your way through it, you're going to work out any of the kinks in the ways that you feel, in the ways that you see it playing out, what you're okay with claiming, what you're not. I mean, you can almost live out a whole experience in your imagination before you ever get to it, which is really the tool here. And faith that, it's it can very much play out exactly the way that you have perfected it in your imagination. If given the faith in magic and the masculine and feminine principle being true. That's gorgeous. All right. Neat. Very neat. The temple. The self. Strong. Strong in making decisions. Strong. That's awesome. I love that. Look at that. Hands clasped. Yeah. That's it. That's beautiful right there. All right. Heartfelt advice. Heartfelt. Very heartfelt. Let me move her. And I need to push this up just a little bit. There we go. All right. My bad, folks. Move that. And let's grab. I got some clarifying cards here if we need them. But for now, I'm going to go this route. Alright. So, Spirit, walk us through this hocus, focus, focus, abracadabra with wings. Enjoying the little things, making the most of it of every moment, intentionally making new decisions, purposefully aiming towards the desires that we know are natural and that are for the highest good of the expression of our soul. whatever that means to us personally. Authenticity is the goal here. The heaven that is already here. So, all right, with faith and some help from the spirit eye. Let's go ahead. What's the situation? Oh, there it is. Heartfelt advice. Heartfelt advice. Yeah. Valor. Standing in your decision. Standing in your decision. All right, the South. Were you jumping? Yeah. Ah, the Chariot. Nice. Perfect. The Chariot. Yeah. The Chariot as the South, which is, where am I at here? Oh, wow. There's your Anima. Anima Mundi. The shaman. Look at him on a mission. Sacred mission, filled with optimism and faith. Empowered. So this Chariot is all things in balance. This is masculine and feminine. This is valor. This is holding your own. This is being guided by the stars. This is your Merkaba. This is riding in your bubble. No worries in the world. Your inner being's driving. Right? Beautiful. Absolute trust in the universe. Make that decision and trust. Be ready. Just go. Oh, I'm sorry. I know, Spirit. I know. I know. There we go. Alright. Both, yeah. Alright. The foundation, the strong place. As at this point we know that voice, the voice within is that guidance. That golden sword is exactly where that sweet spot is in the mind. Keeps those other three at bay. Keeps everything in order. Makes room for everything and everything in it. An ordered mind. You can see clearly. You can see clearly. You know there's a difference between just thoughts that are swimming through the air, coming through you and everybody else, versus that immovable part in you, that voice, that spiritual common sense. Always makes sense. It's always right, even when you are shaking your head like, dang, I knew it. The Emperor is the self in the past, which is a very strong place to be coming from, because basically that says that you've owned all of the responsibility up to this point of making a decision, right? Because we're talking about the focus on actually manifesting something. So whatever you will to focus, you've owned up to this point. At ease in the mind, and we're at ease in the masculine. All right. Cruising through this decision-making process. All right. Let's get the surrounding spirit. Hi. Thank you. Temperance. Temperance. The prescription flows through. Awesome. The alchemist. The alchemist herself. Mystical shaman. Magic in action. Changing things. That angel. That invisible, beautiful force. I love it. Okay. The self in the present, rather. I'm sorry. Just one. Please and thank you. this one. Do I have these upside down? The Nine of Pentacles. Self-worth. Self-worth. The knowledge of your dominion. Very, very cool. Kind of like the same concept as the Father a little bit, if you think about it. Because she's the Nine of Pentacles character. Very aware of her influence on her environment. She knows that she is her intention is what perpetuates her abundance. It's a wonderful connection to nature. That is that potential met with desire. Wow. All right, the impact of the Seven of Wands in the future. Successful decision. Yeehaw. Nice. Graduation. Successful. Successful. Like, hey, look at that. Look at that decision I made. Fantastic. We got a castle out of it. Yay. For the self in the future. Oh, okay. I'll take both. All right, the Star. Self in the future. Standing in your trust, absolute trust, faith in magic, in your magic. Eight of Cups, the Vision Quest. Going towards that ninth cup, knowing that it's knowing that you can't see it, but you know that you can feel that it's true. That spirit. Going towards that ninth cup. That ninth cup is that self-satisfaction. Knowing that and all those other cups are wonderful and you appreciate them and so forth. But that ninth cup, that's that vision quest. That's that vision quest. Self-satisfaction, right? All right, so what's the cross here? What's in between the Seven of Wands, making the decision, standing in it, and then riding like you own it on the Chariot? Oh, faith. Easy to fall back on the old paradigms, on the old beliefs, on the concrete, on the structures. This is believing in other people instead of that invisible sixth pentacle there, the divine. Faith in the wrong, faith in the matter, faith in the visible. The visible is a manifestation of yesterday's desire. So it's much cleaner to go right through spirit. So, all right, that's fair though. That is fair because the illusion of separation is what we each forget every day. I mean, it may not be every day. A lot of us are, even no matter how awake you are, you still forget sometimes that you can be just as magical as you give yourself credit to be. Just fascinating. Fascinating. Hopes, please. Hope. And then making a decision. All of them in order. Nothing is upside down here. All right, hope. The Empress. Expressing that most beautiful, auspicious, natural place. That magic. Mother Earth. The shaman. Fear. The High Priestess. Now, why would that be fear, Spirit? Fear. Well, in relation to Five of Pentacles being the cross and the Hermit. Oh, I see. Okay, so if fear is that magical inner shaman, mystical shaman, universal anima mundi voice, or whatever other flow you get going on, wherever that wherever that magical essence comes from in your mind. Anyhow, apparently it's a possible fear in this scenario. So the hidden mystery of the choice you make, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at in a way. Because once you set a decision in motion, you don't want anything that you've foreseen to happen that you don't desire to happen. But then it matures into the Hermit, which is guided by that voice, but also the intelligence of. So he's driven by, and he knows where his answers come from, but he's still a man walking with spirit, right? Whereas the High Priestess is that flow of the information, good, bad, or indifferent, right? So access and flow to information, the information itself, the concept of that hidden information, the mystery of it all. And then the mature use and knowledge of having access to that wisdom. So the spirit owl, and also masculine, feminine balance, the father, the shaman, and it's all very much in line with this particular concept. So we're refining common. Wow, we are so, healing from the same collective misconceptions, collective societal structures, what have you. But we're evolving. It's a beautiful place to be. So advice, Spirit, please. Advice. Thank you. Okay. Nice. So advice, Ten of Cups. Permanent state of self-esteem. Yeah. So you went on a mission, or rather a vision quest, with the Eight of Cups. About to be so satisfied with your own empowerment via faith in the unseen and what felt good and right and true, and life is a beautiful place, and you are never wrong, and you're always, you're just in the flow, you have everything you need, and look at that, we made a rainbow, God loves us, everything's wonderful, wonderful. And you know that you're responsible for the good and the, I'm not going to say good or bad because they're very much labels. But your perception is yours. Perspective is everything. And once you know that you have that, you can see it however you want to see it, and it plays out. You will have rainbows in your life every day. Well, maybe not every day. I don't get them every day, but I get my share. So we have outcome. The outcome, the King of Pentacles, which is perfect. Again, full expression of a decision. Full expression of the very first, the 0, and the major arcana. The full expression of the tarot deck, King of Pentacles, as the outcome. Perfect. Perfect. And basically, if you ride that desire, whatever it is, and you ride it true, and true to you, true self, not in any effort or any indifferent, really. Being absolutely indifferent to this is not how it affects um, anybody else in your immediate life. When you make a decision that is focused on you for the highest good of your evolution, of your experience, and your soul, and stepping you up from where you were to where you potentially could just go anywhere new from. I'm talking like small, minute decisions here all the way up. Life changing energy can happen like that. And it is belief in the fact that you can choose differently and that your vision that you had or have or whatever inspiration you have to believe that that is something that you would like to experience, you have the magic to absolutely make it happen. And the more you recognize the influence that you have in your environment around you, the more just the more lost for words here. Lost for words. That's fascinating. That's fascinating. The temple. The temple. Let's not, the temple. The temple. Faith in the right things. I had a vision once, and I'll tell you the main slogan. I actually saw it written in the sky. But it said, "We never die, love never ends, prayer is real, and faith is power." I have found that to be absolutely true in any direction that I can try to gain perspective on it. So, that being said, anything is possible. Everything is possible. And the only way to find out which way you want to go next is to choose your own adventure. Own it, jump into it, and expect that as long as you are feeling aligned in your own choice, boom, it's done. It's good, right? It's good. And of course, I'm never talking about any bad intentions. I'm always, always highest possible here. Or else we wouldn't have such wonderfully big concepts to play with and chew on. I am just so impressed with how Spirit is showing up with this channel for me, and for us, for all. For every word that comes out of my mouth that I just open and hope flows out rational awesomeness, easily comprehensible at that. That being said, let me go ahead and do that again. Thanks. And I think that's a good place to leave it because I really don't even know what else to say except for we have the whole world in our hands. Like a baby bird that just came out of the ooey gooey egg and not quite sure which direction it wants to go in, but knows it's here. And whatever it wants, it's gonna go for without any bias. So that's fascinating. All right. Thank you all very much. Thank you all very much. I hope you like that. Please thumb it up, all that lovely, lovely love. And until next time, peace.